Oh, that was lightning. Ow! I'm running. I'm running. Let's get in these trees here, Peter. Last week, I enjoyed the Wind River Mountains so much that I immediately came back this week. This time, I am backpacking with my friend Peter here, and we are at a different trailhead than last time. Last time we were at the southern end of the mountain range, and now we are much farther north next to the highest peaks, and we're hiking up to a lake called Island Lake. We have been hiking for about 6 miles, and we're currently taking a water break at this beautiful little lake here. I'm really excited. This is gonna be a 3-day trip. We're gonna go to Island Lake tonight, and then we're gonna go up into the highest mountains. Our first big stop for this trail was called Photographer's Point, and it's this basically ridge line where you get to look out on this huge glacial valley that also gives you a view of the mountains. So we were just there. We got some pretty fun photos, and Photographer's Point was awesome, and we're gonna keep getting to it. So let's go. Peter and I are about to get another great view of those mountains and the valley beneath them. Wow. So Island Lake is just below that peak right there, which is called Fremont Peak, and we will be right below it. So as you can see, we have a ways to go. And then tomorrow, we're going to be hiking up below those spiky mountains back there. So now that we're at the Rock Talus, we got pikas and possibly marmots later. So I'm gonna try to get a good photo of this pika since this week I brought my camera. So yeah, that is a pika. They only live in these high alpine talus slopes. We're really hoping that for this whole trip we get sunny blue skies like right now and don't get caught in any rainstorms, because yesterday when we were driving here, we drove for about an hour, I think, maybe even 2, in crazy rain and lightning storms. And one time lightning actually struck like really close to us, so it like flashbanged us while we were driving, which was kind of scary. We've officially reached the next lake of the many on this trail, and this one is called Hobbs Lake. But we're just gonna break here real quick and keep going. Right now we are about 5-6 miles still from Island Lake, so we have a decent amount to go. All right, here's our break spot. Very nice. So last night, after that rainstorm I was talking about, we got to where we were going to camp, which was about 5 miles from the trailhead, just in this kind of little meadow. And we got there when it was dark at about 11 o'clock and promptly went to bed while there was lightning above us. And then at like 2 in the morning, we heard this high-pitched call like 4 or 5 times, and we think it was an elk that was just calling near our tent for some reason. And it was at 2 in the morning, which I thought was odd. And then it disappeared, and we got up in the morning and I flew the drone around a little bit, which I'll show you those shots now. And we realized that we were right next to that giant glacial moraine. Well, we were on top of the glacial moraine, and the glacial valley was below us with this giant lake in it. And so that lake that we saw from up on that hill is actually part of that same glacial valley that we were looking at Photographer's Point. There used to be some massive glaciers up in these mountains carving here, making some really deep valleys. And hopefully we'll get to see one of the best ones tomorrow. Got a waterfall. Peter and I are currently breaking right now. We're almost to the biggest lake that we'll see, called Seneca Lake, and it's gonna be huge, hopefully. And then we'll make our last push to Island Lake. We were talking to some people on the trail, and we got told that there's been some grizzly bear activity near Island Lake, so we're gonna have to watch out. And it's kind of scary to think that there could just be a grizzly bear around any corner, because both of us have never been anywhere near one, so that's kind of scary. We are currently thugging it up the hill, slowly but surely. Wow. Holy smokes. That's a huge lake. There's Fremont, our goal. Yeah, this lake is huge, and it goes way farther than we can even see right here. See all this, and then it goes like a half mile that way. It's a massive lake. Peter and I just took a nice long break here at Seneca Lake, and now we are trudging through the final 3 miles to get to Island Lake, and we're really gonna have to push here. It's getting tough. We're very sore. The only slightly scary thing is these big dark rain clouds are moving in, so it might begin to rain or hail at any moment, but we're prepared for that, and by the looks of it, it's pretty scattered. Hopefully it won't be as all-encompassing as last night, because that was crazy, but it very well could be like that again. A huge storm could be rolling in. So we were talking about it. It would be very fun to pack up a pack raft up here and just go floating across some of these lakes, and that would be especially cool here. We just heard some major thunder come from those clouds. So, oh boy. It has just started to hail on us. Hail again. Both times I've been in the Wind Rivers. Hopefully it stays chill, but I have a feeling it's gonna get worse. Right there. If this fits, I think it will. That's all I need to do right there.
It might be hard to fit around all this stuff.
Super loud lightning. We just saw it crack above us. It's getting bad. Okay, let's go. Let's find a tree, bro. Come on. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. There's no good trees to shelter under here, which you're not even supposed to do that when it's lightning anyway. We're definitely not at the highest point though. We might as well just keep walking. I don't even know. This hail is starting to hurt. It's funny seeing it bounce on the water out there. Okay. Ow, it's getting bigger. Ow, ow, Jesus. Woo! There's no rocks to shelter under here. You see it bouncing off my head? Oh, wow. This is uncomfortable. This is insane. Actually insane. Never been in hail this bad in my life. Oh, dude, if not for the rain jacket, it would hurt so much worse. When it hits my legs, if I'm wearing shorts, it hurts so bad. Please let that be the end of it. Look how much hail is on the ground. Oh, that was lightning. Okay, we need to find shelter. Okay, this is bad. That was close. Oh wow, it's so big. Ow. I'm running. I'm running. I'm running. It's so bad. More lightning. That one's gonna be loud. Let's get in these trees here, Peter. See if it's good enough. It's so loud. You can't tell. They're right up here. Here, under this rock. Okay, this is all right. Just sit down there. Holy cow. Cannot believe I'm getting footage of this. This is crazy. Okay, we're under a, pretty mediocre tree, but I think it's getting the job done for the most part. Holy. We're still getting hit by hail, but I think here we're pretty safe from lightning. Below this big rock and kind of sheltered down. That's crazy. Here's Peter. We are soaked. As long as we have some dry clothes for the tent tonight, like, we'll be all right, but.
And we have a dry tent, so that's all that matters.
If this lets up and we have a couple hours to dry off this evening, we'll be all right too. That was not too good. Okay, the storm has quieted. We're gonna go out and brave it again. We still hear lightning in the distance, but I think the worst is past us. It was incredibly loud. I hope the GoPro picked it up well, because that, although it was scary, was really cool. Here's all the hail on the ground, just absolutely littered. And we are soaked. I'm hoping our sleeping bags are not soaked, and at least one of our clothing items are not soaked, because if they are, it's going to be a cold night. We still have over 2 miles to Island Lake.
So now, since it's raining hard and we're trying to get to the lake as soon as possible, the trail does go fully around this lake, but we're gonna take a shortcut just down there and hopefully end up same spot that we come out from.
There was some more super loud lightning just up there. So, oh, yep, I just saw another flash. Let's see if we hear a boom. There.
It's gonna get louder.
Yep. There it is. So yeah, we are making the safe decision to shelter under this kind of rock cave. And I think this is a lot safer than what we're doing, because now we're really just safe from the hail and rain. There's more lightning.
Yeah.
And I don't think the lightning would strike us here. Like, it might have struck a tree that we were under, but now we're kind of a lot safer. Wow. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait this one out now too. It has been about 30-40 minutes, I don't even know. And we've just been waiting down in these rocks, kind of moving from spot to spot. And it's been constant lightning, rain, and hail. But now we're getting a peak of sun. We're just trying to make a mad dash across this valley so that we can get to those trees. That's our goal. Well, we're not caught in another lightning storm, hailstorm. And it's really close. This is how big the hail is. I'll grab one. Let me get it in my finger. About pearl sized, I guess. Like a pea.
Oh, here comes another one.
More lightning. This is where we are. That one was nowhere near as close. Still loud though. Still loud though. Our first patch of snow. We're making the final descent into the lake, and then we're gonna quickly set up camp and try to warm up in the tent. We're gonna be cold. I am freezing. I'm just soaked to the bone right now. My sleeping bag might be wet. We're just gonna have to do everything we can before dark to semi-dry things out and, you know, make sure we can survive the night. This has got to be one of the craziest things I've ever done. True alpine experience. There it is. The goal has been achieved. Island Lake. And the Wind River Mountains is right down there. That is beautiful. Oh my lord. That's insane. This is what we came 13 miles for. Through lightning and hail and rain. Look at the islands. That is, wow. The trail is literally a little river right now. There's just water flowing down it. Tomorrow we're walking up into that valley if weather permits. Well, this is where we're camping for the night. I know I say it a lot, but I think this is the most beautiful place I've ever camped. Wow. And the mountains in the sun just makes it so much better. I'm gonna have to get some photos with my camera and we'll set up the tent before this cloud starts raining on us again. Look at that blue sky. Oh my god. It's been too long. There's still been some lightning and rain here and there, so we're just gonna wait until it's clear and gonna have some dinner. And then if it's still clear at sunset, I've been wanting to go here for a long time, and to finally be here, it's just breathtaking. I can't believe it's real, you know? I cannot believe that is real. And it's just a 3.5 hour drive from where I live. It's crazy. Certainly had to put in the work for it though today. That's for sure. Peter is bing chilling in here. We're both so sore. Just walking out there made my feet hurt so bad. Okay, everything is wet. Probably gonna be cold tonight, but for now, the sun just shined on our tent for a minute, and now it's so warm in here. It's awesome. So, as you can see, the view out the tent is, you know, amazing. And then we got all our stuff in here, attempting to dry out some clothes. Both our sleeping bags got wet as well. Not terribly though. Currently trying to find a good place to filter water, and unfortunately this water seems to be kind of dirty from all the storm tossing up the dirt. This water is so incredibly cold. It is frigid. Even just putting my fingers in for a couple seconds is like making them numb. I can't imagine trying to swim in something like that. That's how fast it can filter water. So it takes freaking forever. But, oh well. Well, that was a failure for fishing for the first time. Not even a bite. The last remaining light is hitting Mount Fremont. And wow, it's so gorgeous. Peter and I are gonna retire for the night and be up early tomorrow to have another good day, hopefully. So enjoy the view, and I will catch you guys in the morning for a lot more epic views. So, good night. Good morning. It is bright and early at like 7:30 a.m. We've been up since about 6, but we've just been waiting for the sun to come up, and it's finally coming over the cliff there. And that's the morning view. It does look like, unfortunately, there's a bit of smoke blowing in or something like that, because it's kind of hazy, but that's fine. So anyway, we're gonna start heading around the lake to go fishing on the other side and hopefully catch some sun and dry our stuff out because we're still soaked. And then, yeah, we're gonna hike up into that basin. I'm gonna go on these rocks. We just heard some massive thunder coming from that direction, and it seems like there's another storm coming towards us again. So, yeah, I don't know. So there's an impending mega storm incoming, just like yesterday. Tons of lightning. So we are saying to Uncle and running back to our tent, and we're just gonna wait it out in there. And well, this is our current situation. We might be trapped in the tent for a while. Lightning's going off around us, and you know, we just don't want to get wet again, so oh well. Might be a while, we'll see. Well, 3 hours of rain later, it is still very cold, windy, and cloudy, which is a bummer, but the peaks have snow on them, which is pretty cool. So the weather has chilled out a bit, and Peter and I have made it out of the tent, and we are hiking to Titcomb Basin now. Here's just one of the first lakes that we've seen. We're not even in the basin yet, it's over there, and it's already really, really cool. Like, we're almost past the tree line, and it's just becoming bare rock. We're walking up the final ridgeline before the Titcomb Basin and the Titcomb Lakes, and we're both excited. It did just start to rain again, but I kind of expected that. So yeah, we're just gonna get to the lakes and then see what the weather does and decide what to do from there. It's raining on us, but we're not gonna stop. The ridge is just up here. Wow, there it is. Titcomb Valley. 13,000 footers all around. We're currently probably at 10,700. There's what we just came up, all the way from down there, where Island Lake is at. We have just been marching up along Titcomb Lake, and the sun is starting to peek through the clouds. And even though it's not even shining all the way through, it still feels so good. So we're gonna keep walking, it feels good. Keep coming, son. All right, it is fully sunny. We're gonna climb up this hill, and beyond that is a lake called Mistake Lake. And we're gonna sit up there and chill out and enjoy the sun, hopefully. Made it on top of the ridge. There's Mistake Lake. There's where we just were. And there is Mount Fremont. Fun facts about Mount Fremont is it's the second highest mountain in this mountain range. And it's 13,700 feet. And I think the fourth highest is Sacagawea over there. And Fremont is just so cool because it's not like Sacagawea where that one's kind of a tower. This one's just a massive block of granite. It's almost too big to comprehend. It's crazy. Wow. And that is why we fought through so much rain and hail. These are the Titcomb lakes that we talk so much about. As you can see, they're pretty shallow, just in this basin where a huge glacier would have come through. And you can see on this rock how it's been scraped and worn smooth. All right, we finished our peanut butter tortillas and we figured out some more of the peaks that we can see. So that big one in the middle with the glacier under it, that's more of a snow patch now. That is the Sphinx, and we've been able to see that one, well, all of those from Island Lake, and I've been photographing them. Just to the right of it, that tower is Skyline, and then Bob's Towers, and then Miriam Peak. So all of those, except for Skyline, are over 13,000. And then over here is Mount Woodrow Wilson, and I don't know why they named it after him, but that one is pretty big. And yeah, just peeking. And then behind all of those is the tallest peak in Wyoming, Gannett Peak, but we can't see it from here, unfortunately. We would have to cross that pass, and that is too much for us today. We're thinking we're gonna hike down to the end of this last Titcomb Lake just to get as close to the mountains as possible before we gotta head back and just enjoy the sun. Like, partially cloudy, you couldn't ask for better right now. It makes the lakes so much bluer because so far all the lakes have kind of been dull, but when the sun's out they are so blue. But anyway, this has got to be one of the best views I've ever had. Oh yeah, so what's really interesting about where we are right now is you could see all of these peaks from Photographer's Point at the very beginning of the video. So if I put up a photo of Photographer's Point, you'll be able to see Mount Fremont in the background, Mount Sacagawea in the background, and I think even the Sphinx. And that gives you a really good idea of just how far we've come, because we are now standing at the bases of these peaks. I think it's 18 or 19 miles to get here from the trailhead. So that gives you an idea how much you have to work to get to these peaks. All right, we've made it to our farthest location from the trailhead. We're stopping here and it's awesome. Our max elevation was 10,900 feet back on that knob back out there. And that is that knob. So we're on top of that, 10,900 feet. I don't know if I've ever hiked any higher than that. We can now see the entire Titcomb Valley. We walked all the way down from there. That mountain right there is the Elephant's Perch or something, or Elephant's Butte, I don't know. And Island Lake is right below that, so that's where we came from. Okay, this is the first cool thing that we found on our way back. There was a waterfall, but my GoPro was dead and I couldn't get the battery out. But now, I'll show you this. First off, the view is amazing. But then, check out this. Look at this reflection on the water. All of those peaks in Fremont, Sacagawea, just perfectly reflected. We're taking another break real quick. This lake is even better for the reflection. As you can see, it's like all encompassing. Unlike the last one where there's kind of rocks, this one's just pure water. Really pretty. We actually probably just saw the only fish we're gonna see on this trip, because we saw an osprey flying over and it had a big fish in its talons, and I actually managed to get a photo of it. So that was pretty cool. But anyway, I know you guys have probably seen this view way too many times, but it's incredible, so I keep showing it. So up on the ridge here, we have our next wildlife, and he's chirping right now. It's another marmot. We saw some last time, but they didn't chirp. I'm getting some photos of them now so I can show you guys a close-up. But these guys, they look a lot like pikas, but they're like 10 times bigger and fat. Just made it back over the ridge, and we can now see Island Lake again, just a bit. And this is kind of the first time we've seen any of these mountains around Island Lake with sun on them. So I think it is interesting to show. Island Lake is a little bit hidden right now, but if you peek over that ridge there, you can see it. It's that way, so we're gonna be walking around this side of it to get back to our camp. And I think it's looking like we're gonna have an amazing sunset. We're almost back at camp. Here's our Island Lake view. It's too good, it's too good. Finally back at camp. There's the tent. And I know I've shown you guys this view a lot, but I think it's in its full majesty right now. Check this out. Can you believe that? That is crazy. And we were all the way up in there. All right, it is now dinner time. What's on the menu is rice and chicken backpacking meals. Hopefully it's pretty tasty. And I'm just using this little jet boil here. We're gonna go get some water real fast at this stream. Got the stream here. Get some little scoop. Not. There's pretty bad. Not changing it. Alright, water's been boiling for a while, so we'll get this opened up. This is the before. Pour this in here with hopefully no mosquitoes. All right, all cooked up. This is the after. I tried it, tastes pretty good. So we're just gonna sit here, enjoy the view, enjoy the mosquitoes and the food. All right, well, we are gonna head to bed and then get up at 4:30 tomorrow morning to hike back very frantically so we can get back to the real world by Monday. But anyway, I wanted to thank anybody who's made it this far in the video, because I'm assuming this is going to be a pretty long one. Thank you for making it all the way to the end. And yeah, that's about the trip. Hope you guys enjoyed. I think I'm going to be spending a lot of time in these mountains for the next 3-4 years while I live close to here, so expect to see more trips up in here, and it's just so awesome here. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next adventure.